Hi there, I am Ya from Ya's Inner Journey, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about why I'm on this journey. Last year, I read a book called Fearing the Black Body by Sabrina Strings, and it's on the racial origins of fat phobia. Sabrina did an amazing job of doing thorough research and really bringing us back in terms of the Italian time period and what it means. I just saw a video from last year, I believe, that is from Now This, in which she summarizes very quickly uh, about the book. The images are really great. So I invite you to check out that video, which I am also sharing below. And that way it might help intrigue you. Now, the reason that this put me in the journey that I'm currently in is that this body has always been sexualized. And especially 12 years old, looking like I was 16, getting attention, especially from older men, and then navigating predominantly white spaces in which I just did not fit in. I did not look like a lot of my peers in the community at that time period, and even among Latinos. I am from a first generation family of the Dominican Republic, and at that time my only exposure was either white or the Dominican and Puerto Rican community and a few other of the Latino communities. There was only one black girl in my high school, and that was my experience other than watching television. And the way black people were depicted on television was not flattering. So all of that gave me feelings of inadequacy, of ugliness, and so on. So it's taken a really long time to learn self-love. And then with this book, I was encouraged to read by a friend of mine, and she and I were at the gym and talking about it, making connections, and also she was planning a couple of book talks on it, and she talked about decolonizing, and it just clicked. I said, that's it. I want to start a group called Decolonizing Beauty in the Body. And so I did that on Facebook, and you're welcome to find me there. I have both a page as well as a group. The group is more active, so if you're interested, make sure that you write in the comment that you're interested in an invite. And it's really just simply positive messages of a mixed group and just prepping ourselves, pulling each other up and trying to deconstruct that mentality that we're supposed to look a certain way in regards to race, society, age, all of those things. I went through a process of no longer straightening my hair and no longer applying the what do you call that, the straightening thing. The word just goes. I can't remember right now. Hair process. Because my daughters, when we moved to this predominantly white town, were not seeing people like themselves. And my older of the two, I have three children, the middle child, she, as soon as she could, spent a lot of time straightening and burning her hair. Her hair was mistreated because she was so obsessed with trying to fit in. And I needed to be a role model. So that was the start of that part of the journey. And it took a long time for me to like what I saw in the mirror because it was frizzy. And based on the Dominican culture, you want to look more European. And so I had to change my dialogue, my vocabulary in how I expressed myself, as well as making sure that I instill positivity in my girls. So even though I was uncomfortable on the inside, I pulled through and I insisted on wearing my hair natural. And it took a few years before I finally learned how to manage it. Right now, it doesn't look like much, but guess what? I love it. And then I get to invest in products such as Beautifully Warm, in which it has a strap for the back. It's made so that I can have my curly hair. So, you know, taking the time to find those things and then promoting it is a game changer. Okay, so now let's go back to Fearing the Black Body. So, I did try to have a couple of book talks and unfortunately did not get the community that I was hoping for. So I'm hoping that there's other people out there that are interested so that we can have this conversation. And then on top of that, you're going to see the journey that I'm in accepting the changes that are going through my body. I I had endometriosis. I have endometriosis. I have had a hysterectomy, and as a result, I have surgical menopause. And a lot of things happen as a result of that, which means that we're going to be talking about the 40, 50 pounds that I've gained, trying to accept what other people say. Oh my goodness, how beautiful you look. Meanwhile, I don't feel comfortable how I feel. My back is starting to hurt again. My feet hurt and all of those things. And even the chafing of my legs. It's not like I was ever thin. I've been thick, but there's a difference in terms of the kind of weight gain that has occurred in the past year. 1 year. And so I hope that you will join me on this journey by giving me some feedback and maybe interviewing with me. Talk to me, tell me how you are feeling, and let's do this together. Hopefully, you see that it's not easy for me. And if it's not easy for me, it's not easy for other people. Why? Because many times we're just silent about our struggles. And we shouldn't be silent anymore, because what are we teaching our younger generation? And they've taught me, at least, so much. And so being in this midpoint, I want to start making a difference. And I hope that you will join me. I'll talk to you soon. The next one will be on the other book that I hope to connect with you, which is the Menopause Manifesto. But in the meanwhile, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you can receive notifications of when I post the next one. And most important, I would love to hear your comments of encouragement, of girl, I've been there, or any questions, or even a discussion. That's what I'm hoping for, a discussion on fearing the black body. So like I said, look down and see the connection between that, and I will also share my other social media so that we can connect in other ways. Stay well.